What's up, my budget beauties, and welcome back to my channel. As you can see, I have apricot orange hair. Yes, I dyed this myself. It's a synthetic 613 wig that I got from Eewigs. So if you're interested in seeing what I do, then please stay tuned. As I said, since the wig is synthetic, it will not take regular dye, so you have to get fabric dye, and I'm using Rit Dye More synthetic apricot orange to get that shade. And I also have my bucket ready to put the wig in with the water, the hot water, and then I have my spatula stir around the dye, and of course here goes the wig, the 613 wig. I got it from Eewigs from Amazon. I paid about $40 for the wig. It's decent, but it really does not fit my head. I had to sew a band on the inside of the wig. And now you start by taking boiling hot water. I have gloves on and I have oven mitts. Do not touch the water. It's extremely hot. You see all of that steam popping up. It's hot, sis, hot. And I shook up the dye. That's what it says on the bottle, to shake it up thoroughly before use. And I ended up pouring the entire bottle inside of the container. I wanted to make sure it was going to take the color. I was kind of nervous and kind of excited since it was my first time doing this. Had watched a few videos and I was like, okay, I think I'm ready. So I ended up pouring the whole thing and just stirring it to get those colors going. And then here I go dipping the tip. You're supposed to pull off a piece of the hair first, which I did. I just didn't put it on camera, and it took, so I was like, let me go. And I started dyeing. I was like, okay. I kind of didn't want to dye the whole hair. I kind of wanted an ombre effect going on the ends, and that would have been cool enough. But I was like, I don't know how to ombre just yet, and I've gone this far, so I was like, what the heck? Just went ahead and just started dipping it, and it took up the color really well. When you get that dye, you have to make sure it's the synthetic Rit dye, because I've seen other videos where people have used Rit dye, but it wasn't synthetic, and the hair did not take it when you went to wash it off. It has to be synthetic. And now I'm just taking the spatula and just pushing the wig down into the water to make sure that all of it is saturated evenly and it all gets an even coat of the color. And once I did that and patted it down, I ended up leaving the wig in the bucket for about 15 minutes on a timer. And in 15 minutes, we look like Lulu Dallas, sis. I went outside and dumped the water because I wasn't sure if it was going to stay in the sink. And so now you see me filling up the bucket again with cool water, and I have some laundry detergent. I couldn't find fabric softener, so I could just rinse the hair off. I did that for about like 5 to 10 minutes. And after that was done, I actually hung the hair on a hanger in the bathroom to dry for an hour. But before you do that, make sure it is not wet and bleeding, please. And once it's dry enough, I take some water and conditioner in a spray bottle and use that to flat iron the wig. Since it's synthetic, it helps to press it better. It is now time for install. Yes, my bald-headed self. As you can see, the wig took very well to the color. I was so pleased. It was so bright. I loved it, but this cap, honey, gotta go. So I'm using Maybelline's Fit Me Loose Finishing Powder in the color Deep Fonce to powder the wig and then powder my head. Didn't glue it down, didn't feel like it today. I was trying to swing that wig on like a coat. I love to think about it that way. But make sure it's on there, and I'm clipping back the edges. As I said, this wig's kind of too small for me, but we're making it work. And then I've got my alcohol, rubbing alcohol, so I can clean it off, and then some Got2b glue to glue it down. Like I said, always make sure your edges are protected. Have that wig cap on there, but like I said, this wig is so small it pushed it back some. And you always dry on cool. So that's what I'm doing to dry out that glue. And I went back with a second layer, thinking I was doing something. Put it back on.
1 hour later.
And the side's still not cooperating. So I gotta figure out what to do. Yeah, so I get my Got2b glued, the gel this time, and put it on a popsicle stick. because we're gonna make an illusion like it's big enough for my head. So I'm just gonna glue a piece of the strands down to make it look like, it fits. So that's what I'm doing now, taking some more glue on the other side on a popsicle stick and flatten it out. And then we're gonna put that dryer back on, get things going. It took a little bit longer on this part because I wanted to make sure it was gonna lay down. I needed that illusion to work.
Approximately 10 hours later.
Now I'm taking my Schwarzkopf, however you say that name, Smooth and Shine black seed and coconut oil setting mousse, hydrating setting mousse, to just lay down the edges, make them look realistic. I'm taking a rat tail comb to just smooth it out underneath the parts I fixed, because I'm not really gonna put the hair up. I'm not doing anything to it, but just leaving it down straight, so it'll be good. The illusion will work. So I'm just smoothing out to my liking, how I want to, because I already done wore this wig before. And I'm securing it with a bandana. No, I'm not banging. I'm not banging at all. It's just the only one that was laying around. So I'm tying it around my head, looking like Frank Ocean a little bit. While that's going on, I'm taking my Suave Dry shampoo to just hit up the hair right quick and take some of the shine out. That's a secret tip that I learned along the way of doing my own hair. And my mom told me, well, it needs more shine. I'm like, no, I don't want it too shiny. So after that, things was working. I was liking it. I was getting it. Okay, sis. And we got it together. Yes. And that is how you dye a synthetic wig.
That is excellent. Hold up.
Thanks for watching. And Dad, I love you.